do that shit. You with your old tired girlfriend and she come up with her fine ass, don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? You gotta be like this.
Before Erik Griffin played Ralph Carnegie on Showtime's I'm Dying Up Here.
Why does everybody think every black comic gotta be all in your face about how black they are? Can't shit just be funny?
You see, now that sounded black.
Before Erik Griffin appeared on Arrested Development, Blunt Talk, Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates, and Workaholics.
Do you want me there or not? What is it? This ain't Seinfeld. I don't just pop in.
Before Erik Griffin was tearing it up on stages across America, and even getting into it with a heckler or two.
Order police, she just hit me, and we got it on tape. Yes, and I'm pressing charges too.
Whether it's Joe Rogan, Whitney Cummings, Chris D'Elia, or Joey Diaz, there's always going to be someone hilarious to watch if you're going out for a night of comedy in Los Angeles. Among a slew of regulars on stage at clubs like the Laugh Factory and the Comedy Store, Erik Griffin has been making a name for himself over the past several years. Unlike most performers who have to fight tooth and nail to get to Los Angeles in search of Hollywood dreams, well, Erik was born and raised there. And his story, well, it's quite the interesting one. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Michael McCrutton, documenting the life and career of Erik Griffin, here for you, of course, on Before They're Famous. Now, we're actually going to be sitting down with Erik on our Beyond the Bio series, where we're going to be going out to Los Angeles and talking to a bunch of stars. Some of them are pretty interesting. You guys are really going to enjoy this. Now, look forward to a trailer. We'll be dropping that soon. We want to talk about more comedians here on this channel, so if you have any suggestions, sound off in the comments down below. All right, for now, let's get into Erik Griffin. Hey, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell. Boom!
And these girls act funky when you say something to them. You go, hello, how you doing? I'm like, do you have Tourette's up in this?
Well, there is no information on the exact date of Erik's birth. He is currently 46 years old and was born and raised in sunny Los Angeles. Born to a single mother from Belize, Erik is a first-generation American. As for his father, well, he's apparently of Spanish descent. Erik never met his old man. Now, his mother raised him all on her own, and during a conversation with Joe Rogan, the comedian stated that as a teenager, he asked his mother who his father was. While she did give Erik his name, he stated that later that week, well, he'd forgotten it. And this helped Erik realize that his father, well, it didn't really matter to him. Although I don't think he has any daddy issues, he still does go to therapy to get some help with, talking out his problems. But I'm not gonna knock a man for that. You guys know I've been using BetterHelp.
Having to take care of my mom,
Right.
Her emotions were, and so then that had an effect on me, But I didn't learn this until I was able to go talk to a professional.
Erik is a huge fan of basketball, particularly the LA Clippers, for which he holds season tickets. Now, while he didn't consider a career on stage until later years, Erik grew up a fan of stand-up as well as the movies of actors Jerry Lewis and Bob Hope. Although Martin Lawrence's Talking Shit was his first comedy album, he has stated that Eddie Murphy is his main inspiration. While just the thought of doing stand-up comedy would sound crazy to most, Erik may not be as wild as some would expect. He stated that during Y2K New Year's, he stayed home and babysat someone's child, while the parents, they went out and got drunk. As for Erik, he does not drink alcohol. Says he doesn't like the taste. Now, before taking comedy seriously, Erik simply flirted with the idea of making people laugh for a living. While he was 23, he took a comedy class taught by Sandy Shore, brother of comedian Pauly Shore, and the daughter of legendary Mitzi Shore, R.I.P. She's the owner of the world-famous Comedy Store. Now, it was at 30 years of age that he left his job as a security guard and gave in to the temptation of stand-up. Now, 30 years old is considered quite a late start in the comedy business, but despite this dramatic change in careers, Erik's mother turned out to be incredibly supportive of his decision. She even bought him his first notebook to write his material in. Now, as all comics do, Erik played tough crowds, with a heckler apparently throwing a chair at him during a performance. According to Erik, his first jokes on stage included how there were no black people on Jeopardy, as well as Clark Kent's glasses. Now, Erik made his way up the comedy ranks, grinding it out in the LA comedy scene for years. His first comedy album was entitled Technical Foul Volume 1. He gained his first piece of national attention appearing on Comedy Central's Live at Gotham, as well as spots on Last Comic Standing and Comics Without Borders.
I'm saying I'm multiracial, multiracial looking. And people don't know what I am. They're like, is he black? Is that Al B. Sure up there? Is that Al B. Sure?
Erik would even dive into the acting world, earning a role as Montez Walker on Comedy Central's Workaholics, where he appeared in 44 episodes. It was here where he became even more recognizable.
Let me know when that antivirus finished scanning. Should be like 20 minutes.
The success of the show paved the way for more acting gigs. Erik has also had a guest role in 7 episodes of the Seth MacFarlane-produced series, Blunt Talk, where he had the opportunity to act alongside the legendary Patrick Stewart. Erik states that as a result, well, he has Patrick's email, messaging him after the release of Logan to tell him how much he enjoyed the flick. Now, his career in stand-up has also led him to meeting several characters, and while doing a set one night, he met Justin Bieber at an LA comedy club and even got a photo with him. Following this, he even went to a Bieber album release party, where the younger singer then asked Erik if he could grab him a vodka. And although he did what Justin asked, later on he felt he could have approached the situation a little differently. Now, the acting world, it soon came a knocking once again, but in an interesting and unexpected way. In 2017, while at the Comedy Store, Mr. Jim Carrey, he entered, and his mission was to find potential comics to star in a new TV show he was developing with Showtime. Now, that show, it was I'm Dying Up Here, a fictional depiction of the LA stand-up scene back in the 1970s. It was here that Erik became involved, playing the role of Ralph Carnegie, a Vietnam vet turned stand-up comedian and writer for the Sonny and Cher show.
Early Richard Pryor, he was trying to be like Bill Cosby, you know? So he wanted to be this clean cookie cutter. So I thought that this is where Ralph is in his career right now.
Acting alongside fellow stand-ups Andrew Santino and Al Madrigal, well, the show features an ensemble cast and has so far lasted 2 seasons. In 2018, Showtime premiered Erik's comedy special, American Warrior, and in the special, he discussed many topics, including the Me Too movement, national anthem protests, and banned words. As for the rest of the story, well, I guess we'll have to see when I sit down with Erik on Beyond the Bio. Or, you know, you can find it on his Instagram or his Twitter or at one of his stand-up shows. Go check him out in LA. My name's Michael McCrudden. We make all sorts of celebrity bios here for you on this channel. We want to do more comedians, but you guys got to let us know who's next in the comments down below. That's where you sound off down here, and then me and my team, we go through them, and we get to work. And we work hard. So let us know who's next. See you guys in another video. Boom!